So just remember, you either have positive hills, you either have good hills that you're building of positive things, you have bad hills that you're building of negative things because of comparison. I can even spell comparison. Or you have crevices that your brain is looking for things to put in them, proving that you are certainly who you are. So as you notice those stories, as you notice those experiences that are filling this in to confirm you're in a deep dark hole, then you can start rewriting them and telling a different story. So let us empower ourselves. So the first one you've actually already started by writing down what it is your goal is. By writing down what it is you want, you have actually already started your new story. So my old story was never talk to people and never be vulnerable because it's awkward. And I told myself, no, just learn how to do it more appropriately. Learn how to share and connect with people better. And so my new story is, I connect with people well. Being vulnerable is being safe. It's true. And so you rewrite your story based on the things it is that you want moving forward. I want to be able to connect with people better. So my story, I actually have a story, I just recorded it this morning, that in my life, in the world I'm creating for myself, I have positive and uplifting relationships. In my world, we connect easily, we feel enlightened and empowered every time I talk with someone. And so as we leave that conversation, both of us feel edified and encouraged to move forward. And so as we tell ourselves this new story, and as we listen to it and repeat it, our brain starts going, I think we're starting a mountain. I think we're starting, because we feel, generally, we're going to have to erase it. We have this really sad habit as human beings to automatically think the worst. We just sort of go there. And so as we're going there, we always see ourselves down here, and whatever the situation is, up there. And so as we start telling ourselves our new story, and as we start believing better things about ourselves, eventually we get bigger. And then that thing that we thought was so impossible, we start realizing we're more than capable of. So the other cool part of visualization is, I'm jumping back for a second, something big, mean, scary, and nasty comes flying at your face, and you're feeling really overwhelmed. So you close your eyes, someone said something that was really hurtful, or you're late to go somewhere and your tire just got flat. Whatever the situation is, you're panicking. So you close your eyes and you see this big, huge, hairy monster or this big fire raging in front of you. And you close your eyes and you imagine this nonchalant stance. And you're just in the stance and you're just looking at this thing. And you go, you know what? You're not that big of a deal. I've got someone I can call that'll help me change the tire. I'll text the person I was going to meet and I'm late. That's fine. You walk yourself through this process and just close your eyes and envision that monster getting mouse size, in space. And just see this thing that's scaring you get smaller, or this fire that's blazing as this toasty thing to keep you warm and to keep you on your toes. Yes?
I have to share another book.
Oh, please
Sorry.
do.
Quick summary. It's about visualizing.
Mm-hmm.
My husband, actually my first husband, did file for divorce. I'm at the library saying, God, please help me figure out what to do. And I'm walking along in the psychology section and pull out a book. It was called Centering. I don't remember the author. But his key point was that you can visualize yourself into a different ways of responding. And he had a bad temper, and it was tearing his family apart. And he said, I started realizing I don't have to have a temper tantrum constantly. And I started getting off by myself where I was quiet and seeing a little picture in my head of a babbling brook. It was really quietly going down the hill instead of a torrent, okay? And he said, this is my true nature. And the more, he would do this at least daily. This is my true nature. And it helped him become calm. Instead of having his temper tantrums and his whatever that he had adapted as a child, you know, messing the family up. Well, in my divorce situation, there was a heck of a lot of misrepresentation and bad gossip, and I was feeling overwhelmed by all of that. So the babbling brook wouldn't help me. I visualized a mother horse crossing the meadow with little colts behind. This is my true self. The funniest thing is, a different day. Now, he filed for divorce when my youngest was 4, and I had a girl who was 6. The girl who was 6 was asked when she was about 11, pretend that your parents are animals. What animal comes to mind?
Horse.
The horse came to mind for Mom, without me ever telling anybody what I was doing. This is my mom.
That's awesome.
She's strong. She's resilient. She can get me across the meadow. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, it's beautiful. It shows beautifully the power of what it is we choose to tell ourselves, and what you chose to tell yourself. That was the strength. That was the characteristic that you chose to bring into your life, and that other people could see. Thank you so much for sharing that. Oh, I love it. So what do you guys choose to tell yourself today? We don't have time for you to fully write out your story, but what characters, what animal? I mean, I think that's a wonderful example right there. Like, how do you want to portray yourself to yourself? Because the more that you decide to claim who you choose to be, the more that other people start figuring it out. Thank you. Last class, I taught about combat declarations. Now, combat declarations, in a nutshell, they're 3 statements long, and what it is you take a lie that's going on in your head. You're not a nice person, you get easily frustrated, kind of whatever lie shows up in your head that's trying to tell you all the negative things about yourself. So you pick that phrase, and in the first, so I am an angry person. Love it. Because I don't love that this person thinks they're an angry person, but this is a wonderful example. So you hear this in your head all the time, so you write down, what is the direct contrast to I am an angry person? I am a calm, loving person, maybe? Okay, so you write I am calm, loving. But now, you have a one-to-one. So all you did was kind of nix that thought, and now you have open space again. Because you didn't fill that place that the negative thought took up, now it's empty space. So you add 2 other truths on top of it to fill up that space with good things, so that your space is only filled with good things. So not only am I a calm and loving person, I speak kindly, and then the last one, it is always good to do something about your appearance, because a lot of our identity is tied into what we see in ourselves. So for me, I really love love my hair, guys. I just really love my hair. So I have great hair. So, in saying that, what before was a mean voice in my head saying I'm an angry person, I don't like people, people don't like me, now I'm going, I am a calm and loving person. I speak kindly to other people, and I have great hair. Now, we call this you're writing the lie and then you're writing the truth. Sometimes those things don't feel like truths because you really do feel like you're an angry person. So your combat declaration can also be what it is you hope to one day be true. Where the direction that you see yourself going. Where is it do you want to end up? Well, I do want to be a calm and loving person. And I do want to speak kindly to other people. And I still want to have great hair in 10 years. So you build these things. This is part of your story. You're building what it is you hope to be true. Okay. Fighting declarations are different. A fighting declaration focuses on raising your level of positivity, of raising your level of your emotion. And so it's not so much what lies are in my head or what things are going on. It's just when discouragement shows up, how do you choose to respond? So a fighting declaration is when your brain is like, you're so overwhelmed, you're so overwhelmed, you're so overwhelmed. You're like, I'm not overwhelmed. So you would say, I am at peace. I am confident. I have the ability to solve problems. So essentially what you're doing is you're creating a wall around yourself to keep the negativity back. You're giving yourself breathing room. And so you need to have these if you know you're prone to feeling anxious, then you have phrases that I am peaceful, I am kind to myself, I am patient. Whatever it is, you have those on standby. So when just you feel overwhelmed and you feel very sort of like you're about to be overcome, you're ready with those to kind of poke holes in the darkness so you can start seeing again. You're not necessarily combating the thought itself. Fighting declarations are when you just feel like you have no room, you have no space to compute, to figure out what's going on. You're just going, I am making space for myself, and I am claiming this spot as mine, and it has light in it, and I'm good to go.